So yeah, this is kind of the stuff I'd be walking home through if I had a situation where things went bad and I couldn't bring the truck home on the regular roads. I'd be going on the railroad track and snowmobile paths, and definitely some cross country too. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little test today. I've got my Get Home bag on, the one I did a video about, probably up here, I'll link it. I've got basically the upper layer as what I wear to work. The bottom layer is actually a little more cool stuff. Like, I've got some new Arc'teryx waterproof pants that I got gifted. And underneath that is my Arc'teryx Merino thermals. So the bottom's kind of technical. The top is what I wear to work. I've got a Fjällräven shirt underneath this. And then my boots are Loa Perdazzos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do about a 2K hike right now. And we left, it's probably like 3:31. We wanted to leave at 3:30, or I wanted to leave at 3:30. So I'm gonna kind of get how long it takes me to do 2 kilometers with my bag on, going through the snow and the forest here. I'll be following one of our trails, and I'm going out to the hydro line and coming back, and it's exactly 2 kilometers. So it'll give me a really good estimate of how long it takes me to do about 2K. Well, granted, my walk home from work is going to be a lot longer than that. I think it's about 54K, 55K. So after the first 2K, you know, I'll be slowing down a bit, but probably a wee bit. But we'll get an idea. Anyway, going through this stuff of how long it takes me. And then I could say, like, you know, it'll definitely be slower doing the rest of the trip. So I can kind of account for that. But we get an idea, right? I think it's about -10 Celsius right now. It's not too bad out. The sun's shining. It's beautiful. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually walking down a snowmobile trail. So the snow, while it's deep, is packed down. So I'm not sinking in at all, which would slow me down quite a bit. And the reason for walking on the snowmobile path instead of, you know, going through the woods like this is we've got so many snowmobile trails up here. It's very easy to find one and get, even from our place into town or going to our neighbors, anything like that. There's snowmobile trails everywhere. As well, my main path coming home, most of the way will be a railroad track. So following that, again, will be easier walking on that than walking in like the deep snow over here. Lots of rabbit tracks out here. I don't see any deer tracks. Never usually see deer out here in the winter. Usually they find a spot somewhere else and they all kind of yard up together. I don't think it's around where we are though. It's a great trail to walk down too, because a lot of our neighbors have dog sled teams, and if you've watched some of our other videos you can probably hear the dogs all the time. But it's neat because they use the same trail, so every so often you get to see them go running by. They've offered for us to come out and take a ride, but it hasn't happened yet. We haven't had the perfect timing to make that happen. The last time the timing was good, it was either like pouring rain or something like that. It was like, it wasn't good conditions for the dogs to run, so we didn't make it happen. So again, for clothing, I've got my little Magpul beanie on. These are insulated work gloves. They're really nice because they keep my hands warm while I'm doing stuff, and they're not really warm. So if I'm doing something like this where I'm doing a hike or that, and you know, on these you start to heat up a bit. So you don't want something that's gonna hold not only your heat in, but you don't want it holding your sweat. You want it to kind of like disperse out into the air. And then the jacket is a Conneck jacket. They're a Quebec company here. They make a lot of technical hunting gear, really nice stuff, as well as a lot of casual wear. They make some cool stuff like hoodies with bug nets. Work amazing for us here, where as you can see there's always lots of mosquitoes and black flies and stuff in the spring. The shirts, Fjallraven button up collared shirt, just like I wear to work, and then under that's a t-shirt. So I'm not wearing anything too heavy. If I was staying overnight out here, I would definitely want like a big puffy jacket, maybe insulated bibs, insulated jacket, that sort of thing, because it gets a wee bit cold out here. And I could get the fire going, and I've got, again, if you saw my get home bag video, I do have a bivy bag in here, and I do have a sleeping bag in here. I don't know if it would keep me warm enough out here. I'll have to try that one night too, is see how good that will keep me warm. And then again on the bottom it's Arc'teryx merino wool long johns, and then some new Arc'teryx waterproof pants that I was gifted. And then the boots, the Loa Predazzo. I'm a big fan of Loas. I've got probably 3 or 4 pairs of them. I have gone through a few, but mostly for the those ones, what it was is wearing them around the farm, the manure and urine just eats through the rubber soles or whatever, you know, some sort of rubber, but it just chews through the soles, so they don't last that long if you're using them for actual farm work. Some ravens watching over me. We got lots of ravens around here. They always like to follow me too. It's pretty cool. There's a few tracks out in the snow here and there. Looks like the odd deer or coyote, wolf, something like that. Not a lot though. Some of them looks like someone brought a 4-wheeler down and tried to turn around, I guess. So now we're coming out on the hydro line here, so this will be 1 kilometer so far. So for us, if we head that way, that will actually take us into town. So there's a few trails going into town. If we go that way, that'll take us over to the other town. If we go that way, we'll just go out on some other roads and that sort of stuff, some more farm fields and stuff over there. Usually when we come out here, you can usually see some deer running around because this all gets planted. This is farmer's field here that he uses. So, all right, there's 1 kilometer. I'm tempted to look at my phone and see what kind of pace we're making, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna wait till we get back and see what we've done overall. The backpack is feeling good. I'm used to walking quite a bit, hiking. We did tons of ruck marches when I was in the reserves, so it doesn't bother me the weight. If I remember correctly, it's around the 20 pound for what's in the pack. Probably 22 now, because I actually filled up my Nalgene bottle with water so that I would have some water here on the walk. That's another trail there that the dog teams use. The problem though is we haven't had that much snow this year, so some of the races have been canceled. They're not doing as many as they usually do. I think the only thing right now that's tiring that I'm not used to doing is actually holding this camera up. I'll have to keep switching arms. Actually, you know what that looks like? Tracks. Someone's got tracks on their ATV. I know my neighbor does. Could have been him that was down here with his tracks. Maybe trying to turn around or something. It's supposed to be really warm this week too. It's supposed to go up to like 7 or 8 degrees. And right now we're at the end of February. I think we're February 24th right now. So having it go up to 7, 8 degrees this week, it's gonna be crazy. What I really like having is all this here behind our house, you know, and it's limited access, so we don't have to worry about them trying to build subdivisions or shopping malls and all that back here. It'll stay like this for a while. The only thing we have to watch out for is forest fires, which we dealt with last spring, but we're very close to Quebec City where they have the water bombers. So they were here almost instantly when the forest fire here started up, and it was about maybe half a kilometer, 3 kilometer, 3/4 of a kilometer over there. It was, I think it was like 1.2 kilometers from it to our place. So it was kind of scary, but they had the water bombers there, and it only burned about 7 acres, I think, 7 or 17. So they got on it really quick. Those guys rock. So yeah, this is kind of the stuff I'd be walking home through if I had a situation where things went bad and I couldn't bring the truck home on the regular roads. I'd be going on the railroad track and snowmobile paths, and definitely some cross country too. All right, so just arriving back at our property, walk through some of this deep snow again. And I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I'm not tired at all. That 2K is an easy kind of walk. If it was 2K going through kind of this deep stuff here, that'd be a little different story. But no, it's not too bad. Again, conditions change, different things happen, but the pack feels good. Don't even really notice it, so that's a nice part. I can't wait till all the snow melts, get back here and do some more work outside. Some rabbit tracks, but not a lot. Unfortunately for us to trap them, it's a little hard because they have no real path. They're like here, there, everywhere. Every so often we'll find a spot where they do kind of pick one area to go make a trail, but not that often. Time to get back on the swing. So yeah, I figure this will give me a little idea anyway. The 2 kilometers, how long it takes. Again, different conditions, different terrain. It all makes a difference on how fast you're moving, how tired it makes you. Cows. All right, so here we are back at the house. Let's pull out the phone. And see where we're at. 4:04. So basically half an hour to walk 2 kilometers in a bit of rough terrain, not much, and then down the snowmobile pass. So I'll have to get the calculator out. I will, because my head doesn't work like that. And see how long 55 kilometers would take us. So guys, we did that 2 kilometers in 30 minutes. That works out to about 4 kilometers per hour walking, or 2.4 miles per hour walking. I did Google research, and it's basically the average person does about 3 miles per hour. So we did 2.4 versus 3. It's not too bad. I've got to go 34 miles or 55 kilometers to get home. So I used 2 miles per hour instead of 2.4 miles per hour, and that gives me time of 17 hours that it would take me to get home. A little bit of a walk. So maybe we'll go out and try and do that one day. At least go, I don't know how many hours. Go a couple hours anyway, for sure. But again, it all comes down to terrain, how you're feeling, the weather, obstacles, that sort of thing. It's all going to make a big difference. And I think in the video, when I first talked about it, I figured it would probably take me about 24 hours to get home if I have to deal with any rivers or hills, any deep snow, that sort of thing. I think 24 hours is kind of a good estimate of how long it would take me to get home in the winter. So guys, I hope you liked this video and got to enjoy that little walk through the forest with me. Anyway, thanks again for checking this out. We'll talk to you soon.